Could Venom 3 end the Sony Verse forever? Let's dive straight into the swirling rumors and heated discussions surrounding the fate of the Sony Verse with the upcoming release of Venom 3. The big question on everyone's mind is whether Venom 3 could potentially spell doom for the Sony Verse as we know it. Let's get into it. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. It's super important for helping a newly created channel like ours, and we promise you're not just another number. You're the subscriber who makes a difference. Plus, with this new wave of superhero movies, it's the best way for you to stay up to date with everything. Venom, Sony's cash cow. Let's get real for a second. Venom has been Sony's cash cow, raking in the big bucks at the box office. The symbiote's first solo outing snagged a whopping $856 million worldwide, and its sequel followed up with a respectable $506 million. But let's be honest, the other Sony-verse offerings like Morbius and Madam Paramedic, Madam Web haven't exactly set the world on fire. So if Venom is the only one bringing home the bacon, what happens when the symbiote story comes to an end? Can the likes of Kraven the Hunter, debuting in December, really pick up the slack if Venom bows out? It's a wild gamble. Sony is excellent at crafting epic trailers, but the movies? Not so much. Looking at you, Morbius. Tom Hardy's possible farewell. Tom Hardy has hinted that Venom 3 might wrap up the symbiote saga, leaving fans to wonder who will carry the torch for Sony's superhero slate. If Venom is indeed bowing out, Sony needs a solid plan B. Without a flagship character like Spider-Man officially in their court, the Sony-verse risks losing its grip on the superhero genre. Tom Hardy is deeply involved in producing Venom 3 because he wants it to be something meteoric. If this is Tom's last hurrah, it could mean Sony has grander plans. But will they be bold or fizzle like Madame Web? The search for the new hero. With Hardy hinting at a conclusive end, the Sony-verse faces a potential identity crisis. Without a central figure like Spider-Man officially in the mix, Venom has been the pillar holding it all up. Hardy even suggested that Sony has their own Spidey. Could this mean a return for Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man, or perhaps a fresh face donning the infamous red and blue suit? The speculation is hotter than the symbiote itself. Andrew Garfield's Spidey didn't interact with any aliens, as he mentioned in No Way Home. It makes him an intriguing candidate to bring back. Why not leverage the drama from No Way Home to reintegrate him into Sony's world? What Hardy said in an interview for Forbes is, quote, "Marvel Universe under Kevin Feige's management is doing so well. Spider-Man has gone to Feige's camp at Marvel. We have one," end quote, exploring other Venoms. Even if Venom 3 marks Hardy's end, it doesn't necessarily mean the end of Venom itself. The symbiote has had various hosts in the comics, from Angelo Fortunato to Scorpion, Matt Gargan, and even Flash Thompson as Agent Venom. Imagine fresh narratives and lively faces making this universe endlessly exciting. Prospective Spider-Man options. The Sony-verse can breathe new life by introducing Miles Morales. In the comics, he originates from the Ultimate Universe. How cool would it be for him to come from the Venom universe and later transition to MCU's universe post-Secret Wars? Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's potential return poses another thrilling arc. Imagine the interactions with Sony's villains. And lastly, the wildest twist, bringing Tom Holland back post-Secret Wars. Since none remember him after No Way Home, nobody could care less about which universe he's in, moving beyond villain-centric films. Sony needs more than villain-focused movies. While true, films like Joker do phenomenally, it's because of Gotham's rich mythology and connective tissue to the Wayne family. Venom lacks this anchor. The spider logo on his chest, pure Spidey lore, is missing. Without Spider-Man, Venom is floating in a void. As we speculate on Venom and the Sony-verse's future, one thing's crystal clear. The universe needs fresh heroes or anti-heroes to fill the void. The era of solely villain-centric films has to pivot to dynamic hero narratives. Whether it's a new Venom, a Spidey return, or Miles Morales stepping up, Sony has to ace the next steps. So, what do you think? Should Venom's reign end to usher in a new era in the Sony-verse? Who should pick up the mantle? And who will Kraven hunt if there's no Venom or Spider-Man? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep this conversation alive. And remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon. It makes a difference. Stay tuned, true believers, because Sony Verse is gearing up for a wild ride. Will it rise or fall without its venomous cornerstone? Only time will tell, but it's gonna be a roller coaster for sure. Until next time, keep it cheesy and nerd. Peace out.